Hey, this is Steve Domenico from Regional Fight Sports, and I have a special guest on. Quick off a victory at Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series Week 6. I got Chase Hooper on right now, man. Fresh off that win, a couple of weeks out. Chase, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Just kind of, getting back into the swing of things as far as training goes, and loving to be back and getting back into it.
Excellent. So we're, a couple of weeks out from that fight. You've been just kind of taking time off, enjoying the win, and you're a busy guy with social media and a lot of people tracking you down, getting the story on Chase. What's been going on the last 2 weeks?
Trying to do lots of media stuff. Also, I got stitches and stuff in my eye, so I had to let those heal. Taking a little bit of time to let my body heal, not too much though, because I'm just trying to get back to it now.
Excellent. So you're back to it. You're back in your gym. What was the reception there? Getting back in there. What was that like? Getting back home and getting that pats on the back and attaboys.
Everybody's super supportive. It's cool because I don't know, for them I'm kind of one of the guys that's kind of out there, representing the team, and they're all super hyped about that. And then everybody's super cool. And then I'm from a small town, so I get people at the grocery store being like, "Oh, you're that kid."
Talk a little bit about awesome. Before we get to that fight and what's going on with you in the future. Let's talk a little bit about how you got into martial arts and how we got to this point to Dana White's Contender Series, because you were a beast in your AMI career in MMA and undefeated as your pro career. So let's talk about how you got there.
So it all kind of starts off. Just 8 years old. My dad was friends with my coach. They used to work together. And then when my coach, Jeff Hoagland, opened his gym, my dad brought us in. Me and my sister, I was 8 years old. She was 10. And we just started doing kickboxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, just kind of stuck with it.
Now, did she stick with it too, your older sister?
She stuck with it for a long time. And then she enlisted and went into the Marines.
Oh, good for her. Oh, excellent. But it must have been cool. You had a definite kind of training partner along with your dad and stuff, going through that, huh?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely bickered a lot as kids, and we could kind of do jiu-jitsu and stuff to kind of get through it a little bit.
Excellent. So, you had a great career as an AMI. I do believe you were 5-0 and all first-round finishes as an amateur MMA fighter?
Yeah, 6-0, all first round.
Wow. And 6-0 now as a pro MMA fighter. Man, what's that like? What feeling is that, just being undefeated in both your AMI career and your pro career? What can you contribute that winning streak to?
Definitely, it's super, super fulfilling to be like, I kind of made it this far, and my age hasn't stopped me, and I kind of belong to be at the higher levels. But it definitely is to my coach, attributed to him, and then kind of me sticking with him, sticking with training, kind of staying on the path. Because I've seen a ton of people that had so much potential that train and stuff, but then they'd go party or something instead, and then just kind of waste their time. And I never really did that. I was always in the gym, kind of.
Dude, let's talk about this. The opportunity going into the Contender Series, a huge fight with another undefeated young pro. You guys were talked about a lot, being the youngest contender competitors going at it. Let's talk a little bit about that fight. You had a rough first round. You stuck in there. And then you just took that fight and you controlled it from the second round on, man. How'd you feel in that fight? And what did you take from that fight?
The first round, obviously pretty rough. I made him tired by, beating the shit out of me a little bit. But, I don't know, it was another kind of confidence building type of thing. like, yeah, I can take all that, like, punishment, damage, or whatever, and kind of, still bounce back from it. And it was kind of, I don't know, it was definitely, like, an amazing experience to be able to be on the show and kind of get to see how the UFC kind of runs.
Get a taste of the Performance Institute there. The whole thing at 18 years old, you're absorbing a lot. Things that, a lot of pro MMA fighters might not experience or never experience until their late 20s, early 30s. So, dude, you're the new generation of fighters, man, and we're excited about it.
No, I've just seen a lot of, like being the young guy at the gym, like I did see a lot of the guys who kind of, didn't get to experience that, like, in their career. And it definitely, like, resonates with me that it's, like, a super, like, big opportunity.
As far as now, you didn't get the contract as far as getting a new, a fight or a set fight or anything like that. You got a developmental contract. Can you talk a little bit about that? I know a little bit about it from reading and what it entails, but can you tell our listeners what exactly a developmental contract has in it, and what do you think your future is with that contract?
So, from my understanding, we're just kind of waiting to get the contract now to kind of see what all the details are. From my understanding, though, I'm kind of on the UFC payroll, and like I'm pretty sure I get paid for my fight, like, through them, and then I'm on their insurance as far as I'm concerned. And then I'm also I have access to the PI, which is the Performance Institute down in Vegas. But I get to fight kind of outside at different outside of the UFC at different promotions.
Excellent.
To kind of build my name.
Now, do you stay kind of around the course with your team? Do they kind of pick the fights, or is this something you have to kind of have a talk with the UFC when a promotion comes calling, or is the UFC going to handle your regional fights, preparing you for their big shows?
That's kind of the question right now. There was obviously the big fight card on Saturday, and my coach contacted Sean Shelby before, and he was like, "Hey, I'll hit you up next week. It's gonna be, kind of crazy." So we're just kind of waiting for them to give us more of the details. So it's kind of unclear whether or not we're gonna be picking the fights or if they're gonna pick the fight.
Well, it's interesting. It's great. I mean, you're one of the new guys with that developmental contract that we're just finding out what happens with that. But I mean, it's exciting either way because if you're not on the fight roster, you are in the eyes of Dana, who's really high on you, saying he basically loved you after that, and coming out of a war in the first round and then just taking that fight and taking command of it, that shows a lot at 18 years old. So definitely the Contender Series is what that is for, to showcase these diamonds in the rough that we might not get to see on the regional circuit in the national level. And Dana showed it, and you made a big splash in there, man. Did he have anything to say to you behind the scenes that you can tell us?
Yeah, actually, when I was in the back with the doctors getting stitched up, it was right before the second fight went out. He ran back there real quick and was like, "Hey, hell of a fight." And the doctor was saying "Oh yeah, he's never done that before, so that's probably a good sign." And that was super cool. But after the fight, after all of them ended, a security guy escorted me back in there, and I got to talk to Sean Shelby, Nick Maynard, Dana White, shake hands and everything. And they were like, "Hey, we like you. We want to kind of build your name, and this is how we think we should do it."
Excellent. Well, I'm excited for you, my friend. Like I said, you are the new generation here. You are the future. I mean, you're being compared to some, really good fighters there, and you're only 18, and they're going to develop you and put you out there and really showcase you when the time is coming. My friend, any shout outs, any thank yous you want to say to anyone, and anything like that, how we get in touch with you on social media, because the eyes are on you right now, buddy.
Okay, so first off, thanks to my team, Combat Sport and Fitness, and EMQA, and my coach, Jeff Oakland. My jiu-jitsu and like gi sponsor, CTRL Industries. They're super good to me, like keeping me all geared up and whatnot. And if you get bored, it's like a local dealership in Enumclaw, and they're super supportive. They help out with all the, they help with the team and like help out with gear and stuff. And then also the Mint is a restaurant here in town also that my girlfriend's family owns, and they got super good food. In my Instagram is at EHOOP556. Twitter, Chase_Hooper. And yeah, I try to stay active.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you one more question about social media. How much has it bumped up since that win? How many new followers you get? I mean, it must be crazy, right?
Yeah, I went from like 400 to like 3,500 or something.
Well,
yeah, it was.
There you go, my friend. It's just going to keep going and going. Congratulations again on a great fight, a great win, and the entertainment. And Chase, when you find something out and you can talk about something going on down the line with, a regional promotion that they got a matchup for you, let us know and we'll talk to you about it and see what's next. Okay.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, my man. Thanks for the time, brother, and take care. Enjoy the life, man.